yes, that's your first day. It's called the shark attack. So basically it's just like kind of like, I guess, initiation or whatever, but you just get yelled at by the drill sergeants. It's not too bad, but I know when I was there I was scared as running, and I seen a couple people just get swarmed by drill sergeants. I was like, glad it's not me, and I ran. And then so we run into, it's like not even half a mile, it wasn't that far of a run, but we run to this auditorium area, and you get in there and you just find a spot because there's like drill sergeants everywhere, they're yelling. So we find a spot, so we're kind of in a formation, kind of yelling at us or whatever. And so you have to put so we have this big green duffel bag, and that's what all of our stuff was in. We had a separate bag, but that was on a separate bus. So we have this green duffel bag. I don't know how much it weighed, but it felt like there was a human body in there. So we run into the auditorium, I have my duffel bag, and so they're in there yelling at you, telling you to hold the bag over your head, and not like over your head, like arms straight up over your head. And then they tell you to squat with your bag out in front of you. Now, Katrina thought she knew everything and wasn't gonna work out before she left for basic training. So your girl was in there struggling. And so I was just resting the bag on my head, and they came by, they're like, nah, that ain't gonna work. And they're yelling at me. And so at one point my cap fell off, or my PC. It fell off onto the floor, so I put my bag down and tried to get it. That was a mistake, because then the drill sergeant came over. He's like, who told you to put your bag down? I'm like, my hat fell, I was like, nobody. My hat fell off, and so he's like, I didn't tell you to put your bag down, put your bag back up. And so I put it back up, and I don't have my cap on, so another drill sergeant come by, and he's like, where's your PC? Put your bag down and get your PC. So I try to go and get it, and then, vice versa, other drill sergeant, he's like, who told you to put your bag down? So they're just going back and forth. I'm like, look, y'all want me to get the hat or not get the hat? They're just yelling at me, and I'm like, okay. But that lasts for about 10 minutes. It felt like it was forever. And then they tell you to stop, and they give you an introduction, and they tell you, basically where you're at. We didn't already know that we were at basic training, and how things are gonna go. Basically, that's what they're telling you. They tell you how to stand at attention and then do parade rest and all of that. So we do that, and then we go with our separate platoons, and then they have our bags all laid out outside, and you have to go run and find your bag. And thankfully, I'm the only Staples, so I didn't have no trouble, and I found my bag. And they were gonna take us up to our rooms and everything like that. And I remember I couldn't pick my bag up off the ground because it was too heavy, and some guy came over and helped me put it on, and the drill sergeant seen him, and he was like, that's not gonna fly, don't ever do that again. You're not, you're all equal here, so don't let me see you help a female do what she can do on her own. I was like, I didn't ask for help. He just came and helped me. I didn't ask for help. I didn't ask for help. So the girls are on the 3rd floor, the boys are on the 1st floor, and then we get all our roommates and everything like that. The sergeants of my platoon, we go into a meeting area in the building. It's each platoon has their own assembly room kinda. So we go in there, and we meet everybody in our platoon. We didn't do any introductions or whatever, but you get to see everybody that's gonna be with you for the next 9 weeks. So the drill sergeants introduced themselves, and basically what they said was, each of them, today's your freebie, you can ask us any questions you want, they're gonna be normal. They weren't gonna smoke us or whatever. Today's the freebie, ask whatever questions, blah blah blah. We turned in our phones, and so we did that, and then we went to dinner chow, and then lights out was at 9. The next morning, that was just terrible. I don't even know. So we woke up at 4:30. That's what time we woke up pretty much every morning. Wake up at 4:30, go to bed at 9. If nothing happens, if you don't do anything bad or anything like that, because they can wake you up in the middle of the night, which did happen a few times. This female drill sergeant came through, and she just was yelling, and I was like, what is she yelling for? And she was like, she put us at the front leaning rest position. So she come at everybody, like everyone, well, the way mine was set up, my basic training, everyone had their own room, and then in that room there was like 5 or 6 girls, but there was no door on the doorway, so they could just see in. So she put everybody at the front leaning rest, which is basically the starting position for a push-up, and you just hold it until they get tired, till they get tired, not till you get tired. And my nosebleeds when I get hot, which it didn't mix well with basic training because it's always fucking hot in Missouri. But so she put us at the front leaning rest, and it was hot for some. Well, I was sweating because I was nervous, and my nose just started bleeding on the floor. And the drill sergeant was like, she was like, "Oh, you think you're gonna get some sympathy from me because you're?" I'm like, I didn't say anything. I wasn't saying anything. I was just gonna let it bleed on the floor until she stopped us. And then she finally, you know, stopped us, and she was like, "Get it cleaned up and go downstairs," or whatever. So that was my first like day. I've never got like smoked or whatever in basic except for one time, and that's gonna be another story time. But it's pretty much like, it goes by quick. Like, it might seem like forever, but it actually does go by quick. But that was my first day. Now, basically you're just learning basics soldier skills. So we do like the range, we do urban ops, which is like clearing rooms and stuff. You know, we get the M4s, our weapons and everything like that. Obstacle courses, you do ruck marches. A ruck march. Our first ruck march was only 3 miles. I think we do 4 in total, but the first one was 3 miles. And I was finna die. I was finna die. Like, there's no way else to explain it. Your girl was finna die. Like, I'd never done nothing like that ever. You basically get this big rucksack. I would pull it out of my closet, but I don't got time for that. And you just pack it. They pack it full of stuff, like random stuff that you ain't even gonna use, because we didn't ruck and then stay out in the woods or anything. You just pack it so it's heavy. And so it was only 3 miles, and I was finna die. I was walking, like, at first I was like, this isn't, you know, so bad. Like, I had the rucksack on my back and I'm walking, your girl just going, and then I was like, it's kind of getting a little heavy there. Like, and so I do one of these, like, when you trying to, you know, relieve the stress off your shoulders, it's a bad idea, because when it come back down, it's gonna feel 10 times heavier than it was before you did that. And by the time we have to wear eye pro, which is glasses, I have to wear like inserts inside of my eye pro. I'm gonna just get them for you. Okay, so we have to wear eye pro, which is basically eye protection. It's nothing new because I wear glasses, but I had to wear these little inserts inside because I have prescription. And you see they're all scratched up. These are my ones from basic training. Still have them. And they were fogged up like a mother. Like, I couldn't see anything. I didn't even know where I was going. All I just heard was drill sergeants who were like, stay in a straight line. I'm like, I can't see. But that was a ruck march. We do a 3 mile one, 5 miles, I think 8 miles, and then a 10-mile ruck march, which is the last one before you graduate. But yeah, and that's, I mean, you just do day-to-day stuff, learn basic soldier skills. If you guys want to hear any like stories about basic, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to tell stories about the time I got counseled. I got in trouble at basic. I'll tell you about the story that when I got smoked. If you want to hear that, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Just a few things, like while you're in basic, it may seem like it's like forever, like you're there forever, but it actually goes by pretty quick. Like, one thing that really helped me was getting letters from my family. Because you can write letters as soon as you get to reception, but I don't know why you would do that, because you don't have the address for your basic training site until you get there. So you can write letters from reception, and that really helps. Now for me, I was writing letters as soon as we got the address. I was writing letters home. I have a few of them. My dad posted my letters on Facebook. Thanks, Dad. He posted them on Facebook. I'm like, that wasn't for everybody to read how miserable I was. I wasn't receiving the letters. Like I didn't get my letters until like week 6 or 7, and like basic was almost over. So every time we did like mail call, I was sad as fuck. I was like, nobody loves me. And that's what the drill sergeant said. He's like, if you didn't get any letters, nobody loves you. I'm like, well, I guess nobody loves me. But letters really help, and you do make friends in basic, like really good friends. So I don't still talk to them because, you know, we're all, you know, spread out or whatever. After basic, we all went our separate ways, but you meet people in basic that you may be friends with them forever. But they follow me on social media and everything like that, but I don't, you know, still talk to them. And how I stay motivated during basic was basically, it's 10 weeks. You're not gonna be there forever, and like it's really not as bad as like inside your head what you make it seem. It's not that bad. Like, and then looking back, it actually is pretty funny. And you know, if I had to do it again, I wouldn't mind as much, because I already know what to expect. It has its like bad moments, but that's all they are. They're moments, so they're not forever. So that was my basic training experience. I did graduate, obviously, because I'm in the Army now. But once you graduate, you go to your AITs, which is basically like school for your specific MOS. And again, I'm a combat medic, so after I graduated basic, I went straight to my combat medic school, which was in Fort Sam Houston in Texas, which was great, because I never been to Texas like that for real. I just went, my brother is in the Air Force. I went for his graduation, but that's pretty much, you know, all I seen at Texas. So going to AIT there is pretty cool. And, you know, I'm gonna do a separate video on my AIT experience and what to expect if you're thinking about becoming a combat medic, what to expect for the school, and, you know, just my experiences there. If you guys have any like specific questions, again, leave them down in the comment section. I'll go ahead and answer them for you, or I can do a whole separate video on it as well. But if you guys did like this video, you guys can go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You can go ahead and subscribe, and as well leave a comment down in the comment section. That's just a little bit about, you know, what I went through. I do have some other videos in this kind of like series, military series, coming. So if you guys want to be notified when I post that, you can go ahead and hit the notification bell right next to the subscribe button, I believe, in the description box.